arriba de la cabeza.
¿El record now?
Yep, they're right there.
Grave ahí.
Yeah. Just want to show the detail of when you do like these little touch-ups like this. You gotta have control and consistency and the pressure. Still keep it natural. Right there. Because a lot of guys that are doing these treatments, what they do is they put so much density where it'll look like one color. So it looks like one shade. And the correct way to do it is to space apart the pigments. Make them equally spaced, kind of, if you know, as close as equally as possible. You can see even after, this is after a year and it still has a nice natural look. Perfect blend right here. So what I'm doing is looking for the empty spots, making sure everything's perfect. You can see right there, keeping it natural. Okay. And then one more right here. Yeah. So you can see the trick of when you're doing a touch-up, a lot of people are worried about hitting the same dots. Well, with my method, this is something that I pioneered and developed, the quick attack. So I'm actually going over everything with a really fast motion. It's like skimming a rock on water. You're just gonna give it a nice little skim. You're not gonna apply too much pressure. So when you do this, you can do this with a second, third session. I prefer a third session. You know, seconds you can, but it takes a lot of skill. But you see I'm just going over everything, skimming a rock over water. Now there's certain parts of the head that I do this on. I don't do it on every part of the scalp. Especially on the hairline, you don't want to do this on a hairline. You see I'm just keeping a consistent pressure. I'm not even going too deep, but this is called the skimming the rock pressure. Again, this is all SMP in here. So what I'm doing, keeping it really natural. And then I'll show you, I'll wipe this down here in a second so you can see. Again, like I said, a lot of people they get nervous about getting close to the dots that they already done. And it can blow out. If you apply certain pressure and try to double hit a dot, it will actually turn into a blowout. And it might be something you might not see immediately. The blowout can happen a week, a month later, 2 months, even up to a year later. So you gotta be real precise with your deposit and make sure everything is consistent. So I just wipe it down, but you can see how that little spot made it more of like a cluster of hairs, more of a three-dimensional effect. So technically, right in this area right here, that's the area I just did the skim the rock technique. Took me years. I've been doing it, you know, maybe 10, 11 years, this technique I started. And it's something I taught myself. Nobody taught me this. This is something over time. It took me a lot of trial and error to develop and learn this. And this is a really key ingredient and secret to doing a successful SMP, but also maintaining a natural treatment. Let me see one more thing. Get a close-up of this. So as you can see, that's a close-up of the area we just did. You can see the dots are not blowing out. So I just went really natural, but a quick jab. And then take notice of the natural placement of these pigments. They're not too close. And these are really super tiny. Check out the blend here. See how this flows into the side? Really natural. Trying to get it in there. Especially the hairline, the very edge, you want to keep it super natural. There. Blending it. Consistent blend into his natural hair. So remember this pot, this was all empty in here, but this blends in perfect. Now we're just making our way back here.